Patol Babu, a film star, and the story is written by a great writer Satyajit Ray, the film director and producer. The storylines are like this. Patol Babu had just hung his shopping bag on his shoulder when Nishkanto Babu called from outside the main door, Patol, are you in? So here Patol Babu, who is a film star, when once he is going out for shopping, taking his shopper bag, his friend came over there. His friend is Nishkanto Babu. He came there and inquired whether Patol is there in the house or not. Oh yes, said Patol Babu, just a minute. Nishkonda Ghosh lived 3 houses away from Patol Babu in Nepal, Bhattacharji Lane. He was a genial person. Patol Babu came out with the bag. What brings you here so early in the morning? Listen, what time will you be back? In an hour or so. Why? So Patol Babu's friend, he came there and inquired he need to talk to Patol something. So he is inquiring, are you going out and when are you going to come back? Patol Babu said that within an hour I'll come here and tell me the reason what made you come here early in this morning. I hope you'll stay in after that. Today being Tagore's birthday, I met my youngest brother-in-law in Netaji Pharmacy yesterday. He is in the film business, in the production department. He said he was looking for an actor for a scene in a film they are now shooting. The way he described the character, 50s, short, bald-headed, it reminded me of you. So I gave him your address and asked him to get in touch with you directly. I hope you wouldn't turn him away. They'll pay you, of course. So why Patol Babu's friend has come over there? Patol Babu's friend's brother-in-law is working in film department. So in the production department he is working, and that particular day when Patol Babu's friend met his brother-in-law, brother-in-law inquired Patol Babu's friend, telling that he need an actor who is of 50s of age and should have bald head. So when Patol Babu's friend's brother-in-law inquired him, immediately Patol Babu's friend recollected about this Patol Babu and he came there inquiring whether he is going to stay back in the house, as his brother-in-law is going to come and talk to him about the shooting. And he also mentioned that you don't make my brother-in-law go away, you accept for the proposal because they are going to pay for you for the acting. Patol Babu hadn't expected such news at the start of the day. That an offer to act in a film could come to a 52-year-old non-tilly like him was beyond his wildest dreams. So beyond his wildest dreams means in a way could not think anything else, means he had never thought such a thing. Patol Babu's age is now 52. He is of 52 years of age and receiving such a film acting offer at that age, he never expected that before. Well, yes or no? Asked Nishkonda Babu. I believe you did some acting on the stage at one time. So immediately he is asking the concern of the Patol Babu whether he is going to accept for the proposal or not. And this is not the first time this Patol Babu is acting. Previously also when he is young and energetic, he acted some dramas on the stage. Well, that's true, said Patol Babu. I really don't see why I should say no. But let's talk to your brother-in-law first and find out some details. What's his name? Patol Babu said, I don't find any reason to say no to that. Okay, anyhow, let us talk to your brother-in-law and find out some more details. And actually, what is the name of your brother-in-law? Patol Babu inquired from his friend. Naresh Dutt. He is about 30. A strapping young fellow. He said he would be here around 10:30. So he said that his brother-in-law's name is Naresh and he is around 30 years of age. And he also mentioned that his brother-in-law is going to come there by 10:30. Buying provisions in the next market, Patol Babu mixed up his wife orders and bought red chilies instead of onion seeds. So Patol Babu is in total confusion. He is very much excited because he has never expected such an offer at that age. So as he is going to the market, his friend came and told like this. After going to the market, what this man did, he mixed up everything. Instead of green chilies, he bought onion seeds, and he quite forgot about the aubergines, means it is a kind of fruits. This was not surprising. At one time, Patol Babu had a real passion for the stage. This is not that strange thing. At one age, means when this Patol Babu is so young, he used to have a passion of acting. He liked acting very much. And now he received the offer at this age where he never dreamt of acting in a movie. In fact, it verged on obsession. In jatras, in amateur theatricals, in plays put up by the club in his neighborhood, Patol Babu was always in demand. So when this man is very young, he used to go for stage acting. He used to act in dramas and all, and even he used to have a great demand also. His name had appeared in handbills on countless occasions. Once it appeared in bold type near the top, Sitkoda Ray, Patol Babu in the role of Parasar. Indeed, there was a time when people bought tickets especially to see him. So people used to run to see his dramas. The people used to buy tickets when he is playing different roles in the dramas. People used to buy tickets only to see this Patol Babu. So once when this person is very young, he used to have so much of demand. That was when he used to live in Kanchanpura. He had a job in the railway factory there. In 1934, he was offered higher pay in a clerical post with Hudson and Kimberley in Calcutta, and was also lucky to find a flat in Nepal, Bhattacharjee Lane. He gave up his factory job and came to Calcutta with his wife. He was quite smooth sailing for some years, and Patol Babu was in his boss' good books. So here he used to work in railways. He is a good person. Other than acting, he had a very good job and good earning also. When he is earning nicely, he purchased one flat also, and there are no problems in his life. His life is going on very smoothly, and he had a very good impression in the mind of his boss also. In 1943, when he was just toying with the idea of starting a club in his neighborhood, sudden retrenchment in his office due to the war cost him his 9-year-old job. So in the year 1943, he had an idea to start a club in his neighborhood. So that year, because of war, there are major changes in his office due to the financial issues, which resulted him to lose his 9-year-old job. Ever since then, Patol Babu had struggled to make a living, as he lost his job, and you all very well know that for every middle class person, job is very important because they have to earn monthly income. They need to have some income regularly to meet their day-to-day expenses. At first, he opened a variety store which he had to wind up after 5 years. So after losing the job, Patol Babu struggled a lot, and finally he opened a shop, but he couldn't run that variety of shop, and he closed it after 5 years. Then he had a job in a Bengali firm which he gave up in disgust when his boss began to treat him in too high-handed a fashion. So after that, after closing the shop, he joined with a Bengali firm where he left the job because of the ill treatment of his boss. Then, for 10 long years, starting as an insurance salesman, Patol Babu tried every means of earning a livelihood without ever succeeding in improving his lot. Of late, he has been paying regular visits to a small establishment dealing in scrap iron, where a cousin of his has promised him a job. So, in this way, Patol Babu tried all the ways through which he can earn some income. And finally, he also worked in scrap iron shop where one of his cousin has promised him a job. So expecting that job, he did that work also. Like that, he tried all the ways to earn some money. And acting, that has become a thing of the remote past. Actually, the passion of Patol Babu is acting. He used to act in so many dramas and all. He liked it very much. But it is not earning him the sufficient money, because of which he started working outside and he couldn't stick on to any particular job for a long time. So as he started struggling with his livelihood, so he had forgotten his acting part in the life. So that has become past thing in his life. Something which he recalls at times with a sigh. Means acting has become a thing which he used to recall sometimes with a great sigh, with a great disappointment. Having a good memory, Patol Babu still remembers lines from some of his better parts. Listen to the thunderous twang of the mighty bow Gandria engaged in gory conflict, and to the angry roar of the mountainous club whizzing through the air in the hands of the great Bricodera. It sent a shiver down his spine just to think of such lines. So this person had a good memory power. So he used to recollect the dialogues from the dramas in which he acted. Whenever he used to recollect the entire dialogue like that, he used to shiver like anything. He used to get some sort of inspiration in his body. Naresh Dutt turned up at 12:30. Patol Babu had given up the hope and was about to go for his bath when there was a knock on the front door. Finally, this Naresh Babu, he is just like flying. He is in fascination. When he heard that, he got a chance to act. So after this, thinking these all things, he waited for Naresh Dutt for a long time, and finally Naresh Dutt turned up at 12:30. So this Patol Babu, he lost the expectation, he left the expectation, and finally when he was about to go to have a bath, then there was a knock at the door. Come in, sir. Patol Babu almost dragged the young man in and passed the broken armchair towards him. Do sit down. So finally the man came. When he heard the knocking at the door, he welcomed the person who has come and he offered a chair to him to sit down. No thanks, Oh yes, I must say I was quite taken aback after so many years. So the person said no thanks of any chair and all, and Patol Babu straight away he entered the topic and he said that I did not expect such a chance after these many years. I hope you have no objection. So he asked him whether he had any objection or not. You think I'll be alright for the part? Patol Babu asked with great diffidence. So diffidence is the word which tells about the confidence levels of the Patol Babu. He doesn't have any confidence because all these years he did not work, he did not act. So he had a doubt in his mind to what extent he can satisfy that role. So keeping this in mind, he questioned the person who has come there whether he'll be suitable to the character or not. Naresh Dutt cast an appraising look at Patol Babu and gave a nod. Oh yes, he said, there is no doubt about that. By the way, the shooting takes place tomorrow morning. So the Naresh Dutt who came there, he said that definitely you will suit to the character. He just nodded his head and gave his approval, and he also intimated Patol Babu, telling that the next day itself the shooting is going to be started. Tomorrow, Sunday? Yes, and not in the studio. I'll tell you where you have to go. You know Faraday House near the crossing of Bentinck Street and Mission Row. It's a 7-storied office building. The shooting takes place outside the office in front of the entrance. We'll expect you there at 8:30 sharp. You will be thrown by the midday. So here Naresh Dutt intimated Patol Babu, telling that the shooting is not outdoor, it is going to take place in their office, and he gave the office address and told him to report there and said that he'll be released by the midday afternoon. Naresh Dutt prepared to leave, but you haven't told me about the part, said Patol Babu anxiously. After telling this, that to which place this Patol Babu should come and where the shooting is going to take place, that man is about to leave Patol Babu's house, but Patol Babu is still thinking about, and very anxiously he asked which role he is going to play over there. Oh yes, sorry. The part is that of a pedestrian, an absent-minded, short-tempered pedestrian. By the way, do you have a jacket which buttons up to the neck? So when Patol Babu has questioned Naresh Dutt about the character which he is going to play, Naresh Babu said yes, he is sorry, because without telling the details of the character, he is about to move from the place. So he said sorry, and finally he said that Patol Babu is going to play the role of a pedestrian. Pedestrian is a person who will be walking on a road. The people who walk on road are called pedestrians. So what is the role played by Patol Babu here? He is going to play the role of a pedestrian. So pedestrian is the person who will be walking on the road. And he also mentioned about the characters, the nature of the pedestrian role which the Patol Babu is going to play. So what are the characters mentioned here? The pedestrian should be absent-minded. So the role what he is going to play here is going to play the pedestrian role, who is absent-minded, short-tempered, pedestrian. So he gave a brief description of the role which this Patol Babu is going to play. So he is going to play a pedestrian who is absent-minded and short-tempered pedestrian. By the way, do you have a jacket which buttons up to the neck? He also asked that, so the costumes which this pedestrian is supposed to wear. Instead of giving costumes, he just asked him whether he had a jacket which buttons up to neck. I think I do. You mean the old-fashioned kind. So when immediately Patol Babu questioned, is it the old-fashioned coat about which Naresh Dutt is questioning? Yes, that's what you will wear. What color is it? So immediately Naresh Dutt said that it is the same coat which he is asking for, and he inquired about the color also. Sort of nut brown, but woolen. That's okay. The story is supposed to take place in winter, so that would be just right. So Naresh also accepted. He said the color of the coat, and Naresh accepted for that, as he mentioned, as the coat is the woolen coat, and in the story the scene is going to take place in winter. So that suits, the costume suits the scene. Tomorrow 8:30 sharp, Farad house. Patol Babu suddenly thought of a crucial question. I hope the part calls for some dialogue. Certainly, it's a speaking part. You have acted before, haven't you? So, finally, he said that at what time he should come to Farad house, and he is about to move. All of a sudden, Patol Babu got one more doubt, whether the character has any dialogue or not. For that, Naresh Dutt gave a reply telling that definitely you will have a dialogue, as you have already acted, aren't you? Well, as a matter of fact, yes. So when he questioned, yes, previously I have already acted. Even Patol Babu also accepted that. Fine. I wouldn't have come to you for just a walk on part. For that we pick people from the street. Of course, there is dialogue, and you will be given your lines as soon as you show up tomorrow. So for this, Naresh Dutt was telling that as your character has dialogues, that's why I am coming and asking you. If it is just walk on role, we'll pick up some person from the street. We don't come and ask for a experienced person like you. So tomorrow after you come over there, we'll give you your dialogues. This is a reply given by Naresh Dutt to Patol Babu. After Naresh Dutt left, Patol Babu broke the news to his wife. So now Patol Babu is so happy. Previously he was thinking his old days about his acting, drama, when he started acting in drama and all. and after some time, as this Naresh that did not turn up early, he lost that hope also. But finally when Naresh that came and he told about the character which he is going to play now, Patol Babu is very happy, and after the Naresh that left the house, he revealed this news to his wife. As far as I can see, the path isn't a big one. I'll be paid, of course, but that's not the main thing. The thing is, remember how I started on the stage. Remember my first part. I played a dead soldier. All I had to do was lie still on the stage with my arms and legs spread. So now Patol Babu is sharing his experiences with his wife, telling that from the words said by Naresh that it is clear that my role is very small. But of course I'll be paid for this role. And he is recollecting the days when he started acting. His first role is a dead soldier's role, in which he was just lying on the dais, spreading his hands and legs. And remember how I rose from that position. Remember my wards shaking me by the hand, and the silver medal which the chairman of our municipality gave me. Remember, this is only the first step of the ladder, my dear better half. Yes, the first step that would, God willing, mark the rise to fame and fortune of your beloved husband. So what is he telling? See, my first character, even though there are no dialogues, he was just lying there on the dais as a dead soldier, but later on he did a very good role, so many good roles in which he got some medals also. In the same way, now he is considering this chance as the first step of a ladder, and he is expressing as if in the future he is going to move forward with some more good characters. So talking like this, expressing a positive view to his wife, he is telling that rise to fame and fortune. He mentioned that he is going to rise to his fortune, to his well-being. So this is the way, the positive thinking of Patol Babu. He is expecting a very good future at that age. Counting your chickens again before they are hatched, are you? No wonder you could never make a go of it. So listening to this, wife is asking, counting your chickens before they are hatched, before laying the eggs, you are counting the chickens, and she is just giving a warning that don't expect more. But it's the real thing this time. Go and make me a cup of tea, will you? And remind me to take some ginger juice tonight. It's very good for the throat. So he is telling that no, this time it is not going to be like that. This time definitely everything will happen in a positive way. Telling like that, he asked his wife to bring a cup of tea, and also told his wife to remind him to have a ginger tea before going to the bed, ginger juice before going to the bed, so that his throat will be good the next day to tell that dialogue. The clock in the Metropolitan building showed 7 minutes past 8 when Patol Babu reached Esplenda. It took him another 10 minutes to walk to Farida House. There was a big crowd outside the building. The 3 or 4 cars stood on the road. There was also a bus which carried equipment on its roof. On the edge of the pavement there was an instrument on 3 legs, around which there was a group of busy people. So the next day morning, finally he reached the place. He had seen a big crowd outside the building, and he saw some equipment regarding the shooting and all. The place is so busy. He was giving a description of the place. Near the entrance, also on 3 legs, a pole which had a long arm existing from its top, at the end of which was suspended what looked like a small oblong beehive. Surrounding these instruments was a crowd of people, among whom Patol Babu noticed some non-Bengalis. What they were supposed to do, he couldn't tell. So there the scene is very busy, so many people got gathered there. The equipment which is needed for shooting, everything is ready over there, and he also observed some non-Bengali people over there, and he is unable to tell why these people are there. But where was Naresh Dutt? He was the only one who knew him. So all these people, new people he saw there, but he is expecting to see Naresh Dutt, because Naresh Dutt is the only person whom he knew in that group. With a slight tremor in his heart, Patol Babu advanced towards the entrance. It was the middle of summer and the warm jacket buttoned up his neck felt heavy. Patol Babu could feel beads of perspiration forming around the high collar. So finally he is expecting to see Naresh Dutt. Even though he is little bit tensed inside, he moved towards the entrance. Actually, the original situation means the original climate there is, it's a summer time, and this man is wearing a woolen coat till his neck. So it is not, he is not feeling comfortable with that coat, and he is also feeling some sweat around his neck. This way, Atul Babu. So he heard a voice there addressing him as Atul Babu. Atul Babu. Patol Babu spotted Naresh Dutt standing at the entrance and gesturing towards him. So Atul Babu, he questioned Patol Babu because his name is Patol Babu, but when he turned towards the direction in which he heard the sound, there he saw Naresh Dutt standing at the entrance and calling him with the gestures, calling Patol Babu to come towards the entrance. He had got his name wrong. No wonder, since they had only had a brief meeting. Patol Babu walked up, put his palms together in a namaskara and said, I suppose you haven't yet noted down my name. Sitalakanto Ray. Although people know me better by my nickname Patol, I used it on the stage too. So finally he reached Naresh Dutt and told him that he recorded his name in a wrong way. The original name is Sitalakanto Ray, but his nickname is Patol, which he had the habit of telling even on the stage. Good, good. I must say you are quite punctual. So Naresh Dutt praised him, telling that the sharp time what he gave to Patol Babu, the same time he arrived there. So he praised him, telling that he is so punctual. Patol Babu rose to his full height. So as the other person was praising him, he raised, he felt very happy. I was with Hudson and Kimberly for 9 years and wasn't late for a single day. Is that so? Well, I suggest you go and wait in the shade there. We have a few things to attend to before we get going. So Patol Babu, he felt very happy when the other man praised him, and he told that with so many people I worked for 9 years and never I was late to my work. Listening to this, Naresh Dutt said it is very good and asked him to wait in a shady place as they need some more time to start the work. Naresh. Somebody standing by the three-legged instrument called out. So meanwhile, when Naresh Dutt told Patol Babu to wait in the shady place, someone else called Naresh. Sir. So Naresh immediately responded telling, Sir. Yes, sir. He is that shot where they bump into each other. Okay. Now clear the entrance, will you? We are about to start. Patol Babu withdrew and stood in the shade of a pan shop. He had never watched a film shooting before. How hard these people worked. A youngster of 20 or so was carrying the three-legged instrument on his shoulder, must weigh at least 60 pounds. So finally Patol Babu went near a pan shop, and in a shade he was waiting, and he is observing all the people in the place. He is thinking that previously he had never seen cinema shooting, but now as he has become the witness of cinema shooting, he is thinking how hard these people will be working. One youngster is carrying a 3 states on his shoulder. It means the weight will be around 60 pounds. He is feeling how hard these people are.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.